Hello and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a little bit of a Throwback Thursday review for you today. This is the Power Rangers Wild Force Isis Megazord. I picked this up at an auction last night for a pretty excellent price, so I'm very excited. As you can see here, it has the Falcon in the middle. Then we have the Rhino, Giraffe, Stag or Deer, and a little Armadillo. So these are the 5 Zords all together. I've taken the giant wing off the Falcon. Unfortunately, the one drawback is I only have one wing. My Falcon is missing a wing. It's not a huge deal, but if I try to put one wing on, he falls right over because he needs the other weight to balance. So I just decided to take it off for the purposes right now. I'll show you what one wing looks like later on. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you each Zord individually and then combine them together. Alright, so I'm going to start first here with the Falcons Ord. He's got a rather large tail. Now he's got buttons here that would normally make sounds, but I had to, there's a small plate here where you can unscrew and put batteries in, and then the sound comes out of these little holes here. Unfortunately, obviously when I went to use it, it didn't work. I opened it up, took the batteries out. The batteries had corroded a little bit, and I don't have, they're very tiny little like watch batteries, so I didn't have any of them handy. So for right now, mine doesn't make any sounds. Maybe one day I'll get adventurous and try to put batteries in, see if it still works. But this would be a little bit of an on and off switch. Slides back and forth, and then there were 3 buttons. I think it was like a laser sound, like a falcon sound, like an explosion sound. A couple little sound effects there. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and put my one wing in that I do have. It just has a little clip right here, and it clips right on here. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Sorry about that. So like I said, because he only has one wing, he falls right over. But I mean, these wings are massive. I mean, that's just one wing. So I mean, it's just gigantic. But as you can see, he's got green eyes on the side. He's got big feet. As I already showed you his tail. So I'm going to put him off to the side. And again, I'll show you how they all merge later. Up next we have the Stag. And adjust the camera. I think this guy looks great. I really love the color green that he is. He's got nice gigantic antlers. And the antlers can move. They have little right here and right here. They have little swivels. So both can move like that. Here's the side. In the back he's got a tiny little tail. So I really like him. I really like the color green. And I love his big pincer antlers. Up next we have the Giraffe. He's got like silver feet. They look die cast, but I don't believe they are. I think they're just plastic that's painted to look like metal. He's got a little tail in the back here. Now he does have a button under here, which he can extend his neck. Now unfortunately on mine you can see there is a small piece of plastic that is broken off the head. I kind of am told, or I've heard stories of this happening a lot, where it's kind of brittle. Plus when you transform him into Megazord mode, he has a shield here that fits over top of the head, like to make it kind of a weapon. And taking that on and off can be tough. When I got it, it had the head shield already on it, and when I took it off, the piece just came right off. So I'm hoping maybe I can glue it, or what I usually do is just kind of put it into place and then put the shield on, and that kind of keeps it on temporarily. But the head still moves, and I wish the mouth opened, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But the head can swivel, and like I said, you do have this button to extend the head. But otherwise, he's a great orange color. He's got little red eyes. And you don't see too many Giraffe The only other giraffe I can even think of is in the Mugenbein line, Build Giraffe. He turns into like a crane truck and a giraffe, which is pretty funny. But I mean, I like giraffe as an animal, and like I said, you don't see it very often, especially with robots. The next two I'm going to show you together. This is the Rhino and the Armadillo. The Armadillo, he's really funny. He's very, very tiny, especially when compared to the Rhinoceros. I really like this teal color of the Rhinoceros. He's very heavy duty. He turns it into the legs of the Megazord, so he's got a lot of die-cast pieces, which are very nice. And if you press his horn, is it back or forward? Yeah, you push it forward. It makes the front horn. Here, I'll put this a little bit more in frame. Press this forward, and his front horn kicks forward. Very cool little gimmick. How that really works is the Armadillo, you can tuck him, turn him, he turns into a ball. You have to pull this out. That piece was underneath. You compress him down, and then this folds up, and he makes a circle. It's supposed to be like a soccer ball. And then what you do is once you put him into leg mode, which I can actually go ahead and start doing because it's going to be time to form the Megazord anyway. What you're going to do with him, this is going to unpeg right here on this seam. And then you just kind of lift it up and out. This will fold down. And then these legs hinge right there and then snap into place. This is going to, it actually unpegs because this peg here was pegged into that top gray one. So this goes around. These legs are going to fold forward. Do that on both sides. Now as you can see here, this is the waist. So you just kind of turn these around. And then this part will fold back, and you'll hear it all snap into place. So there you go. You pretty much have the legs now. What you can do is let me move this back, put the soccer ball here, and then when you press that and it shoots the horn forward, it kicks the ball forward. And where's my Armadillo? Here he is. I found him. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open the Armadillo back up, pull that back. Everything just kind of collapses back in. This goes underneath like that, and there's his little tail. Now you can see he's got, there's a track here. I don't know how well it's showing up, but right here there's a track. And the Armadillo he has these two circle screws here. They slide right in the track. And so he just kind of stores in the Rhino's other half, and he becomes kind of the other foot, even though most of it's the Rhino. So I'm going to push him a little bit off to the side for now, just so I can show you, come back to the Falcon. How the Falcon works is you're going to pull the legs down. Right here, there's a little black flap that you just pull down. And then this, he's very large. I'm going to try to keep him in frame the whole time. Pull this down. You'll hear it snap. I'm going to push this up to get it out of the way. Okay, so now you have it like this. The flap just kind of goes back like it was kind of hanging down. It just kind of pushes up and stays underneath the white part of the Falcon head. This part will fold down, and then the Megazord head will pop out, and you push it back until you hear it click. It will click into place, and then you can kind of push this up. It only moves a little bit, but you can see it goes like that. Now you're going to collapse the legs so that they fold up and tuck right underneath like that. So they click here and then click up. So that when you're done, you have the Falcon's like hind leg, or kind of upper part of his leg, and then this is the big foot. And as you can see, it makes a very nice, you just kind of push it till it all clicks, and you can see it makes a nice, like, you know, chest area with the head of the Falcon here. Now there's two connectors. They're not going to show up great because they're black. One right here, one right here. And there's two holes on that. Forgive me. It's not wanting to click into place. There we go. And then what you're going to want to do is fold the tail down in the back, because like I said, the Falcon is very top heavy. So when you fold the tail down in the back, it makes like a tripod effect. All right, I'm going to move the camera back a little bit. Okay, I just wanted to get him better in frame. So at this point, you have the Falcon as the chest, the Rhino as the legs, and you have the Armadillo stored in the leg here. You're going to come here with the Stag, and the Stag, the legs are going to fold back. You just fold them right around. Same thing with these. All four legs just fold back like that. Now, you can see here, there's a little crease because this whole piece folds forward. Just like that. Then these legs will fold up. And then you'll see this part, they'll fold around once and they'll click. You can tell they ratchet right into position. And what this does is make kind of like a shoulder pad. And then you'll see here, these just kind of fold forward to kind of make the arm. And then what you're going to want to do is you can, like I said before, you can change these so that it's a little bit more up and down. So that way he's got kind of a pincer claw for an arm. And then you can go ahead and attach that to either side. I like to put it on this side. Oh, I'm sorry. One other thing I forgot on the Falcon, he's got his two connector ports flip out on the side there. I'll show you that again. They just fold back in, and then you slide them right out. You're going to go ahead and attach that. There you go. Move him back. And the last but not least, you have the Giraffe. Same kind of thing. All the legs. Oop, you kind of have to make sure that nothing else is in the way, so I like to click it forward. Then you'll see fold right back in. Same with the back legs. The little tail also slides in. Then you're going to do pretty much the same thing as with the deer, where the neck will fold forward till it becomes straight. Fold the legs to do the same. And again, you'll fold these around. Sorry about that. Camera shut off for a second. What I was saying is you're going to flip these around again to make shoulder pads. So as you can see, it's kind of straight again. And then you just kind of point the giraffe's head down. Now what I do is, unfortunately for mine, because it's broken, I like to kind of just put this, I like to kind of put the piece on here and hope that it'll stay for a second. And then you just take this shield piece and you slide it right on top. And then you connect it. And there you go. You have the Icarus Megazord. In this mode, you can click the arms forward. It's pretty much the only articulation you're going to get other than putting the Armadillo in front here and kicking him forward. But in this mode, the giraffe's head, where's the button? Yeah, it's still there. You can still, the little piece fell out, but oh well. You can still extend that forward in this mode. What I'm going to do is go ahead and again attach the one piece, or the one wing that I do have. You can see that if I had the other wing, the wingspan would be incredibly impressive. I mean, it's huge. And they have a second little flap here, what I'll do, let me move this up just a smidge. If I lift this up, you can see there's an eye underneath. And on the show, that was the finishing move. I think it was called the Isis Stare, where that would lift up on both wings and the eyes would like penetrate the enemy and kind of freeze them. And then they would attack and destroy them. But like I said, unfortunately, I only have the one wing. I really wish I had the other one. Hopefully one day I can find it. But the other great thing about Wild Force is these two arms can be used on any other Megazord. So if you have the Wild Force Megazord, you can put these two arms on. The Gorilla for the Congozord, you can put the arms on him. The Predazord, you can put the arms on him. Also, the Rhino pants, as I'm calling them, the Rhino legs, they could go on the bottom of the Wild Force Megazord. And the Congozord, not the Predazord, because the Predazord is the alligator is one solid piece, so you can't switch the legs with him, just the arms. But that's what I really like about Wild Force. That line has a lot of combinations you can do, switching out arms and legs and midsections. Like, it's a lot of combinations. So, unfortunately, I don't have the rest of my Wild Force stuff handy enough to show you those combinations right now. Maybe if I can dig them out, another Throwback Thursday video or something. If you want to see more Wild Force reviews, just go ahead and put that in the comments, and I'll try to dig them out and see what I can do. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Power Rangers Wild Force Isis Megazord. I know I was very excited to pick it up at the auction, and I did get what I consider to be a great price for it. I know it's missing a wing, and this little piece of the Giraffe is kind of busted off, but overall, I think it was a great acquisition. So let me know what you think. Please write in the comments what you think. And also, if you want to see any more Wild Force reviews, please like, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.